Alright everyone, how's it going? Mostic here, and we are back with another great video for you guys. As the title says, this one's going to be about how to make those cool synchronized music videos like Trap Nation and no copyright sounds, stuff like that. And you're going to be able to do all of that inside of FL Studio. I'm pretty sure you can do this in other DAWs also, but I'm just going to be doing FL Studio because this is the one that I have. There may be guides for how to do it on other programs online. I'll let you guys check that out. Anyways, I just pulled up an old file that I had. This isn't really anything good, just kind of some random notes and everything. I kind of gave up on this track, so it's not really too good, but I just decided to pull it up for this video. Anyways, I'm hoping that at this point you guys are pretty good at navigating your way around FL Studio, because I'm not really good at explaining. If you're a beginner in FL Studio, you may want to watch some kind of guide for that. I might come out with a guide soon on how to get used to FL Studio and everything, but this is kind of more for the people who aren't necessarily good at it, but just able to work their way around. So anyways, I'm just going to hop straight into this. First thing you're going to have to do is go into your mixer, which is this button up here. Click on it and then go to Master and click on the box right next to it. After you're done with that, go over to this part over on the right of the mixer that has all the different slots. Click on slot number 1 and go to Z Game Editor Visualizer. After you click up, this should pop up. If it doesn't, then I don't know what happened. You may have missed the button. If so, then you can just click on this again. You can click here and then click replace and then go over and pick it out again. But I got it right, so this should show up. This box over here is the preview, so I'll just put it over here for now, and you can shrink it to whatever size you want. You can make it larger, you can make it smaller, whatever. I think I'll just shrink it like this for now. And this is the master thing for putting all the pictures and everything together on the screen. So I extended it out, and as you can see, the only tab that's on here is one that says none, so the screen is just completely black right now. So what you're definitely going to want to start out as doing, unless you want your background to be black, is to pull up a picture from Google or whatever picture you have in your files. Just pull up a picture to use here. Also, before I get too carried away, make sure to change your frame rate to 60 if you want that smooth video. You don't really need to worry about any of these other things at the moment. Anyways, go into your browser. I'm going to be using Google Chrome. Go up to the search bar. I'm sure you guys know how to use Google Chrome, but just make sure to search up a picture, whatever you like. I'm just going to do some mountains. Make sure it's a higher resolution, 16:9 resolution, like 1920 by 1080 is recommended. You can also do 1280 by 720, but this will probably give you the better result. So there's a lot of pictures on here, and it goes on probably forever. Millions of pictures of mountains, but I'm going to pick this one right here. I think it looks pretty neat. I like the colors on it. Actually, I'll switch over to this one. This one's a little bit blurry. This is 1280 by 720, but it'll still work. So you right click on it, click save image as. This will pull up. You just type in whatever you want to name it. I'll just name it mountains. Save. Just a side note, make sure that whatever you pull up, make sure that it's not a transparent background. Make sure it's the full square picture or rectangle picture. It can't have a transparent background where you'll be able to see behind it, you know what I mean? Like the picture that's on the screen right now is a transparent picture because it's just the outline, it's not actually a box. So what you have to do is go into add content once you get back onto FL Studio, and this white screen should show up, or I guess it's kind of gray, but you just have to scroll over to add pictures, click on that, and then type in the name of your file, click on it, and then click open. So now it'll show up right here. You don't need to do anything else at the moment. You can just go back to main. Then this tab right here that says none, click on it and then go down to image. Then right underneath it says image src. Bring that to mountains.jpg or JPEG. Audio src you don't need to do anything with. Don't mess with it, because there's a lot of stuff and you probably don't really need to do anything. Mesh also keep the same. There's not really a point to it. And there's all of these down here. I would Definitely change size all the way up so you can have the full picture. I wouldn't recommend changing the rest of these. Alpha makes it lighter. I'm not sure when you would use that. It just makes it more transparent until it's just completely transparent. Hue changes the hue. You have to turn saturation up, and then you can change the hue, but I don't think you would really want to do that either. Lightness makes it brighter, or darker in this case. Size, like I said, keep all the way up. Position X and position Y definitely don't mess with. It moves it up and sideways, and it's hard to kind of put back in the middle. Width and height, kind of the same thing, don't mess with them. Same thing with angle. So you're pretty much done with this. You have your background picture. Now to move on to the next step. Next thing you're gonna want to do is click on this add button up here, this little plus sign. It'll come up with another one of those tabs like you had earlier. This is where it starts to get fun. You can click on it, and you can see there's a lot of different stuff you can add on. Now in this tutorial, I'm going to show you some of the best ones you can use. I'm not going to show you all of them, because that's going to take a long time. What I would probably start off with doing is either choosing linear or polar. I'm going to show you both of them really briefly here on this video. I'm going to be using polar on this video, but here's what polar looks like. Here's what linear looks like. I'm going to show you the settings on linear real quick. So first thing you're going to want to do is most likely bring position Y down so then it's at the bottom. So you bring the size up. So then if you bring this back up, you can see that it goes across the whole picture. Bring it back down. Now right now, it's blue. So you may want to change that. So what I would do is turn hue down and turn saturation down. So now it's white. You can see there is some gray in there. If you want to get rid of that, you can go down here to peak brightness and then turn that all the way down. So now it's just completely white. There's a lot of settings on this. I'm just going to look over them really quick. I'm going to bring this back up so you guys can see it. But alpha pretty much makes it more transparent. Hue and saturation, you already know what that does. Lightness makes it darker or brighter. Size brings it up or down, you know that. X and Y moves it around. Bands can change the amount of lines there are. I would suggest keeping this at a lower number. Maybe like that. Gradient can add a gradient to either side. I wouldn't recommend doing this, but I don't know, you may have your reasons. Gap width, I'll turn this up a little bit so you can see the difference between all the bars. That looks about good. Power can change how far up it goes. Polarity shows whether it goes up or if it goes down. Round corners can make the top circular instead of just flat. Smooth peak makes it so then it's round on the top, you see what I mean? So if you turn that down, then it'll just kind of be all over the place. If you turn it up, then it'll be pretty round. I wouldn't really mess with bitmap unless you're pretty advanced with that kind of stuff. Peak brightness, you already know what that does. Smooth curve, kind of the same thing as smooth peak. And then decay shows how long it takes to come back down. Fast attack shows how fast it goes up. I'd suggest keeping that on. Then we can move on to polar. Most of the settings for polar are the same. You have your alpha, hue, saturation, lightness. Radius changes the size of the circle. Position X and position Y changes where it's at. Bands changes how many bands there are around the circle. So right now you can see there's quite a few, but you can turn it down and just have up to none, I guess. Or you can have even just like this many, or you can have up to so many that it's just a complete line. Polarity shows whether it goes in or if it goes out. Threshold is pretty much how strong it is, kind of like the power. Magnitude also does kind of the same thing. It shows how far in it goes. Thickness shows how thick the lines are. Softness, I wouldn't recommend changing this. It makes the lines blurrier. And rotation rotates the circle. Invert magnitude, I wouldn't recommend doing it. Pretty much just makes it go like this, and it goes in like that. I don't really see the point in this, to be honest. So there is your peak effect. Next up, you'll probably want to add a special effect to put around the image. The two I would recommend using are up here in the background. There's Fog Machine, and It's Full of Stars. Fog machine pretty much just adds fog to the picture. As you can see, fog's coming in. You can make it lighter by bringing it up, or you can make it darker by bringing it down. Lightness changes how light or dark it is. They're pretty much the same things going with all of these. Just a heads up. Size changes how big or small the clouds are. Moves it up and down. Position X and Y. Spread in X and Y shows how far it spreads out on both sides. Thickness is how thick the clouds are. Hue slur gives how far apart the colors are in it. So this will make it like so. And this will make it a bit lighter. Slur speed changes the speed of the slur, as the name suggests. One I usually use though is It's Full of Stars. Trap Nation uses this, I'm pretty sure. It looks pretty dope. I would suggest turning the alpha down to make it a bit lighter. Hue, saturation, lightness, same thing as always. Size brings it out farther or closer. X and Y, you already know that. Movement will show it going around in a circle like so. I wouldn't suggest moving this all the way over there because that's kind of trippy. Centrality is how centered the circles are. As you can see, they all seem to be kind of going around the same circles, but whenever you turn it down, they kind of fray off into their own ways. Holding probably won't change this too much because you change it a little bit and they all go to the middle. There's no really point in that, to be honest. Percussionist, pretty much same thing as centrality, which kind of shows them going off more into their own ways and such. Now on to the last part of this tutorial. Like I said, this is a basic tutorial, so this won't be going over everything, just kind of the stuff that you need to make a cool looking video. It's audio shake. There's nothing really to this, you just add it on. Change them out just a little bit, don't do it too much. And you're pretty much good to go. It pretty much just shakes the video. There's one more thing I forgot to mention real quick. This is the text. So I would recommend going to Text Draw. As you can see, it says FL Studio. I'm not sure what that says after that. Some kind of weird 776 EVIZ. I'm not sure what that stands for. But in order to change that, you need to go to Add Content and then go to Text. And you can text whatever you want. I'll text down mostic test beat. Alpha, hue, saturation, lightness, blah blah blah. Size changes how big it is. Position X and position Y. I would recommend, what the heck? I would recommend moving this down to about here. Angle, as you just saw me demonstrate, changes the angle of it. In case you accidentally move this like I just did, you can just bring it back down to here and it'll be just fine. Not 100% sure what text line does. Font changes the font. Letter size changes how big your letters are. Letter stretch shows how tall or short your letters are. Letter rotation, you can rotate the letters. You can have them slightly tilted if you want. Glitch is pretty cool. It actually makes your letters glitch out and stuff. You can make it just like every once in a while, or you can make it pretty insane. I probably won't take it up too much because that's kind of distracting. You don't really want your video to be taken away by the text. Separation makes the fonts go a little bit crazier. They start to kind of shake more and such. I would recommend keeping this pretty low also. Something else you want to do is to bring this into audio shake, because audio shake shakes everything that's before it. So you'll want to bring this, hold on to this box right here, the one that's highlighted in blue, and you'll see this little box that's underneath your cursor. Bring that over to here in this line between audio shake and whatever's before it. Just let go right here and it will switch places. Alright, so this basically concludes this session. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you make videos and have this inside of it, make sure to link it in the comment section below so I can check it out. If you use this video as a guide, just want to tell you thank you so much for trusting in me, I guess. And as always, make sure to start grinding and never stop. I'll see you guys next time, and for now, this is Mostic, signing out.